Can't no part, all you know is kick back, run for me back, get back, 911. Somebody son did die, we need police on dispatch. You be with me, nigga, why is you mad? Come and get your bag, everything's on the, I be.
I ain't even finna do the regular intro. I ain't even finna do that. Dub and Tiny went crazy. I ain't gonna lie. More Tiny though. Dub, I ain't gonna lie. All the hands you be throwing on YouTube, I didn't see none of them get thrown. I saw a lot of wrestling, which I would expect from you. You feel me? But this video is about content creators, man. Y'all, everybody cliff farming, and now they getting the beats. You feel me? So we gonna see what's going on. Hit that like button, leave comments. Once again, hit that like button, leave comments. Once again, hit that like button, leave comments. Hit that like button, leave comments. Cause y'all, bro, I be tired of y'all, bro.
I got
that boy Kai up 100 mil. Y'all gonna smash his like button. DLace up $10. Y'all not smash. Like, what's going on?
Oh, what you say?
Zero helps me take my business
why
anywhere I want.
Why is it an ad in the first 2 seconds of the video, bro?
I got this report. Is this report?
Oh, what you say?
Doodle garbage.
Oh, just real quick.
We got going.
Somebody hugged it. It takes hugged. What you say?
Doodle garbage. Like
No recording.
Like I said, clip farming has gone way too far. Now, for those who are unfamiliar with the situation, it looks like DDG has had enough of the clip farms of the nicknames. And to be honest with you, I think that this serves as a good and fair warning for those that are coming into any sort of place and space thinking that they can just clip farm. Like I've been telling people on this platform before, clip farming is not a way to make a career. It's not something that's long lasting. It's not something that is fulfilling. And ultimately, like in this situation, it led to some sort of physical violence. People don't realize these content creators can totally get upset with the clip farming and the name calling and the stuff that you get off. These people have real feelings too. So DDG gave people a fair warning just a couple days ago that if they continue with the clip farms, if they continue throwing these insults, if they continue with the name calling, then this is going to be the situation at hand.
If a fan came up to me on some doodle garbage, bro, I'ma hold that so goddamn bad, bro. No better.
Now, whether you believe DDG or not, this doo-doo garbage, name calling or insult that stemmed from Bruce dropping him off in his beef just a couple months ago.
No, see, you don't even know what you're talking about, buddy. So Illuminati came up with the doo-doo garbage. That was so came up with that.
So it's clearly affecting him. And I know that some people might think that he's soft or whatever the case may be, but the reality of the situation is if they don't know you, they're not going to tolerate it. And besides that fact, why do people think that this is the way to get content? Like, I think that this is so short-sighted, and maybe they've been influenced by whoever and whatever or whatever the case may be. But even like Agent says, something that I agree with, clip farming and doing this sort of content is something that is not going to build you an audience. It's not something that's going to be long-lasting, and ultimately you are going to be forgotten the next day.
Why they disrespecting him like that though? If you gonna yap nonsense to it right in front of his face, you gotta be prepared for them consequences. It's not even clip farming, it's just being trolls, bro. It's just trying to be remembered. They don't even give a f out or being remembered. Like, bro, you're gonna be remembered as I just chose to troll, bro, and then we will never hear of you again.
And I do agree with Agent, but the foundation of streaming has totally shifted in the past couple of years, where this is what people see as entertainment. This is what people see as the content. They believe that getting their name out there no matter what and no matter what.
I remember he told people to go on Twitch and clip farm and make clips of it. I mean, everybody, you can't get that advice and then somebody do it to you. And you know what well, you can, but it's like you should also understand that you gave this advice too. You feel me? And then I seen Dub talking about some what Dub say? He said, I forgot, but if I remember, I'm gonna say it though.
Expense is the way to go about doing these things. But ultimately, what he's saying is 1,000% right. At best, this guy will be remembered as the guy who got snuffed out by Dub and whatever cameraman and DDG and his whole collective. At worst, he'll be back to punching the clock. And there's nothing wrong with that, but you did all this in an attempt to become famous for what? Now, I'm not advocating for physical violence, so I wanted to see what Dub and DDG and the rest of the gang had to say about this, because although I don't agree with people insulting people, I do want to give them the benefit of the doubt and hear them out at least.
Grab me, I hit the So then I'm like, bro, what the f? It was like a large crowd.
Dub, no, you didn't. You didn't hit anybody for real. You tossed people. Dub was in this cafe.
Security grabbed me. I'm like, bro,
I see
Tiny
sleep dog, bro. I'm
Tiny
like,
said,
damn.
yeah, my didn't even get on that.
Nah, yes it did.
No, it didn't.
Yes it did. I see Jason holding your camera and everything.
No, but I had no signal. I had 200.
Nah, your had signal when we did that skit.
Yeah, they said you didn't show anything.
Nah, I know, but still, like, you know how that be, bro. They banned Kelly for a skit, man. I ain't trying to get banned for a skit.
Now, I think DDG was really just trying to save face here. He didn't want to get banned from the con. He didn't want any sorts of issues with Twitch, any sort of lawsuit or anything like that, and he'll deal with it in the private eye. I think that he's a very strategic and tactical person, so, you know, doing those things, he's good at covering them up. But ultimately, at the end of the day, and I can give this perspective because I am literally on the grounds of DreamCon. I came down for the weekend, and I'm recording this video hours after the situation happened. None of this really did anything at the con. None of this shook the airwaves. And all this guy got was the brakes beat off him. He was so unmemorable after the situation, it's almost amazing, which has me thinking again about points that I've had in the past about clip farming and what it does for you. In my last video about Streamer University, I had a take about these new content creators getting into this lane and don't rely on clip farming because it is not going to be something that will benefit you in the long run. If you don't remember, there were some content creators who had broke into Agent 00's room because they thought that he was running some black market and wanted to play into this whole theme of I'm taking advantage of the black market, stealing from it. But they literally broke into his actual room where actual things are, and it did not turn out the best for these guys.
Where is Jay at?
oh, that's what I was gonna say. Okay, so I seen Dub talking about his friends didn't want to fight and all that stuff, and it's like, bro, I don't think they was hoes. I don't think it was nothing like that. I think, bro, like if I was doing something like that to DDG, and Dub and them came up trying to fight, bro, I ain't gonna lie, I wouldn't even be able to take them serious, bro, because I actually am fans of them. I watch them. I would probably be on the same type of time and like, hold on, like I'll be trying to. Now I ain't gonna lie. After I seen the situation, I can't be on that timing. But I ain't gonna lie. But if that was the case before the situation, bro, I wouldn't have fought back either. I would be trying to get people off him too. Because at the end of the day, bro, I don't hate y'all. I don't have no problem with y'all. I probably look up to y'all for real. You know, I don't want to fight y'all. And it's probably the same with Jay and all these people right here. Like, what's gonna happen because Agent had got on them and was throwing them around and stuff. It's like, bro, you're Agent. Like, we not trying to fight you, bro. We rock with you. We trying to work with you. We trying to network with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, people ain't really trying to fight y'all. Well, people that's fans of y'all ain't really trying to fight y'all for real. You feel me?
Y'all think it's appropriate to come in my room while I'm not there? It's a difference between content.
Even in that interaction, No Limit Jay still doesn't understand the difference. Agent is seriously looking for him and voluntarily says, I'm right here. Now, I don't think he's being forthcoming and truthfully saying, hey, this is me, I'm No Limit Jay. I think he still thinks that this is still a part of some elaborate skit and scam, but he doesn't realize that he's crossed the line. He's literally broke into somebody's room, and all for the sake of getting a clip up. Now, in Agent's sit down and hashing out of the situation, he gave No Limit Jay a warning, something that we've been giving out for a long time that a lot of these content creators do not understand.
I didn't think this was actually your personal room. They said black market. They said Asian black market. They said this room. So I came up here.
It has beds, it has things. Like,
no, I know, but I'm not thinking, you know, there's
so
multiple
look, bro,
rooms.
there's
If
if you came in here and on some content
busted
in the room. If I'm in the room, I'm saying,
right.
You coming in here without a camera, you got to think, oh, we just minimize it. My analytics is up.
No,
like,
no,
my
I didn't come
stream
here.
is up.
That's
My
what I'm saying,
counter,
though.
it doesn't matter.
I understand that.
You came in the room, you didn't know where the stuff was, right?
You're right.
Because we hit it.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't come all in these rooms like that. I was just peeking around,
just
and then we walked in there.
let me share some intel with you, my.
Sure.
There's lines, bro.
And while I get what Agent is saying, and I totally wholeheartedly agree, we have to look back at what's been happening over the past couple of years with content creation and realize that a lot of the stuff that's going on today are from actions of the past, stuff that we should have stopped and nipped in the bud a long time ago. But because we are now here, we're getting mad at basically these new creators for doing these things that their favorite creators have been doing in the past. Like, they're convinced that this is their way out. Like, this is the way to get a bunch of money, and they're willing to do any and everything in order to get that money.
All right, y'all. I guess I'm getting fired.
We knew that.
Yes!
Wait, what?
When the fuck is I said the same shit.
Corey 2U was a big success at Streamer University. You know, took advantage of the whole situation, had DDG react to him and his clip farming attempts, and it went over fairly well. He didn't put anybody in harm's way. But the idea of creating the content being just a continuous clip farm for what he says to be money, to me, just doesn't sit right. Because I have to ask, how far are you willing to go?
I went to Streamer U broke. My account was negative 612. My credit cards were maxed out, all because of content. I owed $322.50 on the Cash App. You know what's crazy, chat? I had no bread to get back on that flight and check in any bags. I'm telling you, God is real, bro.
An inspirational story, but a warning sign nonetheless, because at the end of the day, there's something that is supposed to be more aspirational and inspirational to content creation than getting the money from doing said content creation. Because all that happens is you realize that the negative things, the clip farms, the over-the-top takes are the things that reign supreme. So you're willing to do any and everything in order to basically get it off. So once they start to learn that people like DDG are essentially the method, they're going to continue to rehash that over and over and over and over again, even if it means getting hands put on you or distracting from what is supposed to be a beautiful moment at something like Streamer University, where people are coming to actually physically learn.
Garbage.
Who said that?
You said that. You want to escort him out?
No, who said that?
No, I was answering his question.
Get out.
Leave on till I die. They talking about. I'm with Bruce. I'm a plant. What they talking about? DDO try to die.
Another issue that I have with clip farming is that these people get so wrapped up into it, you know, instead of building the actual audience, but
also, bro, DDG know that, bro. He know that's a troll, bro. They're literally at Streamer University in the class, bro. He know that that's a troll, bro. Come on.
For the clicks and the views, that it ultimately becomes their brand, and it can be damaging. I know y'all are tired of me beating this dead horse, but this is basically the Zoe Spencer paradox. Going out there, doing whatever it takes in order to continuously get some sort of traction, likes, or views, that it becomes your brand, to the point where you have the internet blasting you and calling you annoying for who you are.
I don't think Zoe's particular. I don't think she's annoying. I think that's kind of her brand, though, bro. So like, if you're not comfortable around it, then you're not comfortable around it. But that's just her brand, bro.
Now, with that being said, all of that could be true. It could be her brand, but at some point, people are ultimately going to get tired of this persona. There's nothing genuine about you. You're just wanting to and willing to whip out a phone and a camera in order to capture any moment. And that could be at anybody's expense. And ultimately, this will blow over sooner rather than later. But right now, this stain on her image of being annoying or being some person who commits SA without any sort of context behind it is hurting her in a bigger way than it is helping her. Now, with the clip farming at an all-time high, it begs the question, should there be some sort of ramifications for clip farmers? Now, I don't know what that is outside of just a community shunning. And ultimately, I think that the views will be reflective of the content that they put out. Because what I've noticed this past weekend is that a lot of these clip farmers, a lot of these new age streamers, a lot of these people wanting to participate in this content really don't have a plan.
I don't know, it's really free Tory, so I don't know. I said it's free Tory. We signed with my man's Tory.
They're just out there trying to get the most outlandish clips possible.
No, bro. Hey, you guys.
I'm echoing my sentiments from the Streamer University video and live stream that I did just last week. Again, in this video, I saw a bunch of up-and-coming content creators, you know, people aspiring to be content creators, truly not knowing what they're doing, not having a plan, not having a direction, not having an identity outside of trying to get the best clip possible. What did that woman try to gain from telling Agent that he's so fine she would suck his dick? Like, I understand the moment and it's funny or whatever the case may be, but how do you go about building a brand on top of that? I understand the guy doing the fake pass out thing. It's funny for the moment until it's not funny for the moment, and it gets not funny for the moment very, very fast. These are people that don't have any
wasn't even funny at all. That was cringy. Grown men, like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Once you hit a certain age, you a grown man, bro. It's just certain stuff is just too cringy, bro. Certain stuff is just disgusting. Like, if I was to run across one of these people, bro, I would not be trying to clip farm on that type of time. I ain't even gonna lie. Like, I would really be trying to be cool with him and network with him, bro. Because that's not even, like, I play, but, like, not to that extent. Because, bro, I think it matters where you from, too, bro. You just know, bro, you can't play like that. You can't play with everybody. You can't play like that just anywhere, you know, like
repackaging plan for their content, you know, throw it up thumbnail title. They don't have any way of feeding it to another audience. They are literally searching for and looking for the biggest content creators at the convention or at whatever establishment they're at or whatever moment that they can get and trying to get some sort of clip from that. Like, how will that young lady go about uploading that video to a YouTube or to a Twitter? What thumbnail title? I told Agent 00 I would suck his dick. I told the biggest content creators at the con I would suck their dicks. Is that content? I don't think that that's content. That's just a clip. And that clip,
no, that will be that video might go up. That video for a girl, that might go up. If it was a girl out there doing videos like that, it would go up. And she would probably see that's what I'm saying, bro. Y'all gotta stop capping, bro. Y'all gotta stop capping, bro. If that girl made a video like that and she looked good and she was going around asking people to suck they, bro, she would be on DDG stream next week. She'll be on DeShay stream tonight. J Cinco stream tomorrow. She would go up. She would.
It's not going to be long lasting. Ultimately, we knew that clip farming would get to a point where people were basically getting their hands and feet placed on them by anybody else because they're going over the top. And I don't condone what DDG, Dub, and the cameraman did to that young man today, but please let this be a warning to a bunch of people out there. Clip farming isn't content. Look, I want to take a second here at the end of this video to do something that I don't normally get to do. By the time this uploads and is out for a couple hours,
I ain't gonna lie, bro. If you a streamer, bro, keep doing your clip farming, bro. Don't let these big time people tell you that's not gonna last. It's not gonna last. If you're good at content creation and you know how to have a plan, clip farm and have a plan out of that. Have a personality that people will be able to connect to, or you know what I'm saying. Just have something about yourself, and people gonna rock with you, game. But don't listen to all these people who already made it telling you clip farming not gonna work. It is, bro. He just said to Corey to you that he was clip farming a whole week at Stream University, and now he's gonna be doing well for himself, bro. Do what you gotta do, man. I ain't gonna lie. Don't lose your life or nothing though, but do what you gotta do, man.
I'm fuck with you.
Can't no party, all you know is kick back, run up on me back, get back, 911. Somebody's son did die, we need police on dispatch.